When I told my boss I'd been out sick all week, he said, "You've been sitting at your desk every day." I stared at him. What? He set down his coffee and looked at me the way you look at someone who's lying to your face. I saw you. Monday through Thursday. Same chair, same hoodie. You were there. I'd been home in bed with a fever of 103 for 5 days straight. My wife could confirm it. My doctor could confirm it. The pharmacy receipt for the antibiotics I'd been taking 3 times a day could confirm it. I had not left my house except to sit on the porch for 20 minutes on Wednesday because I genuinely thought the fresh air might help. It did not. I went back inside and fell asleep at 4 p.m. watching a home renovation show I don't even like. I had not been anywhere near this office. "Mr. Harlan," I said carefully, "I haven't left my house since Sunday." He picked up his phone and turned it toward me. A photo, taken from his office window that looks out over the open floor plan. Someone sitting at my desk, back to the camera, the same dark hoodie I wear basically every day, same posture, same short hair. My stomach dropped, because that wasn't me. I asked him to send me the photo. He did. I zoomed in on the desk, my monitor, my keyboard, my little cactus that I bought during a team building exercise 2 years ago that everyone made fun of. But there was one thing wrong. The person in the photo had their right hand resting on the mouse. I'm left-handed. I've had my mouse on the left side of my keyboard since the day I started. In the photo, it was on the right. "Mr. Harlan, who has a key card to this building?" He frowned. "All employees and facilities and the cleaning crew after hours." "Who has a key to my desk drawer?" Silence. His expression shifted. He was starting to understand that this wasn't about me lying. My desk drawer is where I keep my spare hoodie. The one I leave at work because the AC in our building runs cold enough that people joke about it. Charcoal gray, identical to the one hanging in my closet at home. Because when you find a hoodie you like, you buy 2. I'd owned both of them for 3 years. Someone had been sitting at my desk in my hoodie every single day I was gone. I called HR before I even left his office. They pulled the keycard logs. My badge hadn't been scanned all week, but someone else's had, every morning at 8:30, which is exactly when I usually arrive. The card belonged to Ryan Belfield. Ryan sat 2 rows over from me. We weren't close, but we were friendly. He'd covered for me once when I had to leave early for a family thing. Just told our manager I was on a call. I'd brought him coffee from the good place down the street a few times when I made a run. Normal coworker stuff. I'd never once thought twice about him. HR called him in while I sat in the hallway. 20 minutes later, the HR director came out and asked me to come back in. Ryan was sitting across the table with his hands folded, completely calm. "Do you want to tell him, or should I?" the HR director asked Ryan. Ryan looked at me directly. "I needed people to think you were here. I just waited." "There's an audit starting next week," he said. "External. They're reviewing flagged expense reports." He paused. "Some of them have your name on them. My name. On expense reports I never filed." Ryan had been forging my signature on reimbursements for 14 months. Small amounts. Nothing that would trip an automatic alert. 100 here, 150 there. He'd been cycling the money through a vendor account he controlled, one that had a name similar enough to a real vendor that nobody looked twice. He needed a body at my desk because if I was visibly absent during the week the audit prep started, someone might look more closely at my files. Someone might notice my login credentials had been used remotely while I was homesick. Remote access logs show timestamps. Timestamped edits to documents I never touched would raise questions. Questions Ryan couldn't answer. He thought if people saw me at my desk all week, it would blur the timeline. What he didn't count on was Mr. Harlan being so bothered by my sick leave that he'd confront me about it the second I walked back in. The audit found $31,000 over 14 months. Ryan was terminated and charged. My name was cleared within 2 weeks once they pulled the access logs and confirmed none of the remote sessions matched my home IP. Mr. Harlan apologized for accusing me. He also, without being asked, bought me a new cactus. I kept it on the left side of my desk.